Josh Manson's in.
He is.
How nice is it to have him back?
It's good. It's it's gonna be great. It's gonna be huge. Like obviously, we've been up without him for a long time and a little thin on the back end, and to add another guy, physical, big, strong defender, guy with a lot of experience, and then adding Lindgren into that mix. I'm excited to see what that group looks like.
Do you consider playing them together tonight?
Yeah, they'll play some time together for sure. I think with those guys all in the lineup, it'd be nice to see them all kind of rotate around a little bit and see what we have and get them used to one another a little bit instead of just sticking with certain pairs and partners. I think we have a good group back there that we can kind of mix around and use them to their strengths. So I think you'll see, hopefully moving forward you'll see those guys playing with one another throughout the group.
When you have Nate on this 17-point home streak, what we talked about consistency with him. What else are you seeing during the streak? Why does he go off at home like that? I mean, it's another long streak by him.
I don't know. It's hard to just pick out little details too of his game that he's doing well. But I mean, he's playing well. He's playing hard, and he's showing up to compete every night. That's the big thing, right? It's preparation. It's being consistent in what you do and showing up and competing to win. Last game is a perfect example of that. I thought we were a little sleepy at times, and I didn't think everyone was firing on all cylinders. The game showed that, but the one guy that stood out to me right away at the start of the game that was trying to make a difference on both sides of the puck was Nate. So he was helping be the driving force of that again. And I mean, if you're prepared and ready to compete like that for 60 minutes, a guy with his talent and ability is going to get something done.
Is this another MVP-worthy season from him?
No question. Yeah, no question. I think you look at the adversity that our team's faced with injuries and, just the number of guys that we've had in the lineup, the fight we've been in, a lot of the, credit should go to, those top guys and the consistent seasons they're having, and Nate's certainly driving that bus again this year.
Can you say who's going to be coming out for Manson?
I can. I'm not going to tell you.
At forward, will Jimmy Vesey make his debut today?
He will.
With that back end, you got Lindgren and Manson come back in. If you decide to go with Middleton, that's a pretty different makeup than what we've seen over the last couple of seasons. Is that what you guys have been wanting to try to get to? Is have a little bit more of an even split between kind of that bigger, meaner, as well as having the puck moving, guys like Caleb?
I think it's important that you can play any style game. Right, so, I mean, we want our skill guys to play as mean and physical as they have within themselves, and we want our big, strong guys to move the puck to the best of their ability. And you got to kind of be able to do it all and be able to play any style game, because you never know who you're facing and what the games are going to be like come playoff time. So you want to be well-rounded.
How would you describe, from on the day of the trade to now, how Martin Etchison and Jack Drury have kind of settled in?
Yeah, I think they're both doing a really good job. Marty's played some really good games for us. Obviously, he's been productive. I look at his games as a whole, and there's only been a couple that I didn't like, and one of them he was sick in, So I like what he's doing. I think he still has room to grow with their team and keep advancing his game as an individual, and then also how it helps his line. They're still sort of figuring that out. And I think Jack's been solid, rock solid defensively, no question, and he finds a way to chip in here and there on the offensive side of it. He's had some different line mates as well, but his role is he's come in and done what he's done as advertised. Yeah, I'm impressed with his game.
What are you hoping to see in Vesey in this Avs debut?
Yeah, I don't know exactly. I want to see him fit in with his line and play to a certain identity, which has been his identity as a pro. He's a big body guy that can skate. He's got decent hands around the net. There's a physicality and bite to his game that I like. And he's been a responsible defender. So kind of the same as, that whole, our third and fourth lines, however you want to shake them out, that they play really well within the structure of the game, but then they're still really hard to play against because of their relentless puck pursuit and physicality. And I think he fits in nicely with that group.
Ryan Warsofsky,
Yeah.
Ryan Warsofsky he's been going through it this year, and he said that he's leaned on you for advice. What you went through your first year as Avs coach, what are some of the things that you have imparted to him from your first year that you learned?
It's not easy. I'll tell you that. Because what happens is he's got his guys playing hard, right? And they're playing well and not always getting the results that you would like. And but they've improved as a team. So I think you got to take those small victories and understand what it is. It's a team that's building and growing, and you want to try and keep imparting, get your team to focus on the right things and that they're playing the right way with the right kind of habits, and eventually the results will come. It's hard to keep a team that's losing all the time positive, so I think you got to coach them hard, but you also have to reset every day and just kind of take on the challenge of the day and kind of make sure that your attitude is right, and again focusing on the right things. So it's frustrating because you want your guys to get rewarded for the right type of play, and it doesn't always come, but I think you got to still kind of take the positives out of that, but still being hard on guys when you need to be if they're not doing the right things. So I know Morris has a really good demeanor when it comes to that. He's a smart coach, and they've made huge improvements this year, even with losing key players throughout the course of this season. I think you're kind of always a little bit focused on the future, and that's the way it has to be.
You mentioned how well it's kind of gone for you guys with Jack and Marty coming here. I don't know if you've seen, there's a lot of rumors thrown around that Carolina might be trying to flip Mikko again. I just don't know if you had any thoughts on how it's gone a little bit differently for them.
I don't think that's because of Mikko's play. I mean, he certainly didn't get moved out of here because of his play. I don't think if he got moved out of Carolina, it's not because of his play. This is more of a business situation. I try not to get involved in other teams' business because I'm not, privy to all the details that it takes. So I really don't want to comment on it. But again, I think, just looking at Mikko's game, he's played well since he's been there. He was a little snake bit at first. Now the production's starting to come. I think he's a fit on any team in the league, including Carolina. So, again, I think it's just more of that's just the business side of hockey at this point.